It's that beautiful time of day again where night turns into day, dark turns into light. I've been reading this week in my little devotional that I read from Richard Rohr. It's called The Spring Within Us. And he was talking a little bit about these conceptions we have of like heaven and hell and where they kind of came from and where they didn't and kind of what makes sense and what doesn't about it. Now, Rohr's a mystic, and I probably am too, and it's okay to have different understandings of these things, but it seems that Scripture heavily supports the kingdom of heaven being a spiritual idea that is in place right now, that it is like a thing we have access to. It's the goodness, it's the hope, it's the peace, it's the love that's happening right here, right now. It's the place deep within us where things are calm. It's the witness within us that notices our feelings but isn't consumed by them. And to me, that doesn't preclude, sort of heaven from being an eventuality also. It's the already and the not yet. Like so many truths, it's paradoxical in a way. But this idea that we behave now in this very sort of strict manner and there's all these rights and wrongs that's going to get us somewhere else someday, it feels flawed, especially if you take the breadth of Scripture and try to interpret it, which is an ongoing journey. So what it seems to be saying in multiple places, and maybe I'll post some of the scriptures in the comments, but is that there's this internal development, this turning inward, this developing of sort of what Richard Rohr calls the true self, our divine image, that sort of wakes us up to what is possible in the here and now, the peace that's possible in the here and now. It's not something we have to wait for. It's not something we're saving up for. So part of the invitation is to live well now. And by well, I don't mean with frivolity all the time or with excess. But I think if we take some of the pressure off of the idea that we're sort of saving up for something, it allows us to be wiser to stay with the metaphor, how we spend now. So my hope and my prayer is that brings you some peace today and invites you to some joy today and some grace today, that you know that the kingdom of heaven is among you. It is here now and it is available to you. Even when things are tough. Look for the points of light, the shards of light, and know that there's hope and there's love even in the hard parts, and obviously in the good parts, if we'll but notice it. Notice today, friends. Grace and peace.